Hey everybody, Silverback here. Today, more goodies from Amazon. Oh boy, we got some Marmot flip-up sights. Good aluminum construction here at Lock-In as you flip them up. I know this is probably really close to be having these sights, but I didn't have anything else to mount them on at the moment, so they're here on my Pack 9. It seems pretty sturdy. If you look here, I'll show you the back. There, I'll get it from like we're shooting the gun angle. You see the indicator lines right here, and you can, and that clicks pretty good too. Set it left and right for your windage. The up and down, however, I was kind of playing with this a little bit for your yardage. It doesn't give you a little tool, because you see there's like, I probably can't see it because it's kind of dark. There's like a little spring button in there, and I've scratched this thing up a little bit because of it. You got to be able to depress that little spring button to be able to turn your up and down. I've only turned it once, so it's pretty hard to do. So hopefully, you know, and they start sending a tool out with this. Maybe I just got a bad package box missing that tool, because the Allen key that they provide for mounting it, which it mounts really solid up here on this Picatinny rail. So little push button to fold it down, just pull it up, it locks right up, doesn't come back down. I mean, it's pretty sturdy. So, you know, it's not going anywhere. That's for sure. So, spring-loaded button. We're going to flip them up and down a few times. I mean, once it locks in, it stays there. Another feature on these sights, you can flip it over from the, you know, real tight precision dot or opening, you know, the little peephole, as I call it, to the bigger peephole, you know, for just nailing the target. But I mean, if you really want to get super precision, I always find using the smaller one, you know, really hones it in and tightens it up for you. So let me put that right back in the center, which I'm going too far right. Which in the center where I'm at, because I'm not shooting very far, is probably right where I want to be. So it is above my other iron sights that are on the gun, that the gun come equipped with. So let's see, I'm looking at the target, and it looks like it's pretty well on. I mean, I'm gonna have to do some shooting. We'll try them out here in a second. Alright, now to take some shots with these flip-up sights and see how they work out. Now this is my style right here. I'm not used to scopes or, you know, dot sights. I'm having a lot of fun playing with them now that I'm getting these things and getting to try them. I'm having tons of fun playing with them, and it is a challenge to go ahead and zero them in. I think that's half of what makes it fun, is, you know, zeroing them in. Once you mount them on your rifle, you zero them in, you play with them enough to get them to right where you're hitting the target good, and you're like, yes, I'm hitting that target. Whereas iron sights, you know, they're pretty easy to work with. I mean, you're not going to get any distance like you would with a scope or anything like that, unless you got, you know, eagle eye vision, which I definitely don't have. But, you know, these guys are pretty good. Like I said, they're pretty solid. You know, they lock in, they fold down pretty easy. You could put them on your rifle as a backup, you know, so if that way, if your red dot sight goes bad or your scope happens to break, you can just take that off real quick, flip these bad boys up, and, you know, you're back in action. You know, I could see that in a battle type scenario, you know. But you know, if you're just out there target shooting or whatever, which is all I actually do, you know, it's just fun to have one kind of sight and run with that, you know, and pick your gun that you want to keep it on and just keep it on there and run with it. You know, some people like to be super tactical and have a red dot sight mounted on top of a scope, and then, you know, sideways looking iron sights so they can turn like this and shoot, you know. You know, I'm not a warrior. I'll be a warrior if I need to be. But right now, I'm a backyard warrior. I'm a plinking warrior. That's all I do is shoot targets and steel. So, but let's go ahead and try these out. We'll take a few shots with them and see what happens. Like I said, man, I like iron sights. These are cool. They fold down pretty low. I mean, you see it sitting right on top of the rail. It doesn't stick up above the rail at all. It rests right on top of the rail. So that's another nice feature. So if you do have a scope, you're not going to see these at all. So. Alright, let's turn the camera around and lock and load. Alright, these Marmot flip-up sights, like I said, it's a little bit hard to get your yardage, but your windage is pretty easily obtained, and the precision shooting flip up, so seems all right so far. Taking a few shots with this and does okay. That's 10. Alright, well, there you have it. They don't flip down, they stay up, they stay locked pretty good. Good sturdy aluminum construction, easy to mount. Like I said, hopefully you got good wide gaps between your rails here, because that screw that goes through right here, this screw here, will have to ride right in between one of these in order to mount these bad boys up. That's the only downfall I've seen to it, other than not being able to really adjust this all that much. So that's the only bad points I can see about it. Other than that, they're iron flip-up sights. Not really much more you could say about them. They're taking a beating. I don't see any travel. Like I said, this, if you hear it as I'm turning it side to side, clicks really well. Seems like it's gonna lock and stay in place. As far as your windage goes, the yardage adjustment stays locked in place pretty damn good. Like I said, I couldn't even really get it to turn but once. So there's got to be some kind of tool out there for it. If there is, I suggest getting that tool. My fat old fingers don't want to grab this and turn it just right at the same time while I'm trying to depress that little spring lever button. So that's it. Marmot flip-up sights. The link will be below. Alright everybody, it's been a hell of a day out here shooting. I've gotten to play with a lot of different stuff today. As you can tell, I'm doing this all on the same day, even though these videos are going to come out in a succession of a few days. Yeah, the Marmot flip-up sights, I mean, for 15 bucks I think it was they cost, you know, it's worth it, I guess. You know, I mean, I can't find anything wrong with them, other than, like I said, you got to make sure you have the good gap, because that bolt rides right through here as far as mounting them goes. So make sure it's a 100% Picatinny rail. If not, you're going to be doing some carving to get them to fit. But they're pretty solid. I mean, they're not wobbling at all. I had a little bit back and forth, but that's kind of to be expected on a hinge thing. Everything's sitting really stable. got them on here good and tight. I tightened them down pretty good. Yeah, no side to side wiggle at all. First set of flip up sights I've ever gotten to try, so I really don't have much else to compare them to. But if you're looking for a good, cheap, again, budget set of sights, I mean, you can't beat it. You know? I don't know what else to say. You know, the price is definitely right. As long as you can figure out how to adjust this yardage. It's not like this one here, which is similar to a Schrader valve, where you just got a little screwdriver you can put down on top of it and twist it real easy. This one is quite a bit different, but I guess that's because they want to make sure once you get it set where it's set, it ain't going nowhere. Whereas this one, because it just screws in, has the ability to travel with vibration of every shot fired from the gun, and this one will not have that same disadvantage. This one will stay locked tight no matter what you do. So, but yeah, got a couple cool little features to them. Am I going to say they're the greatest thing in the world? No. Am I going to say they're the worst thing in the world? Definitely not. Am I going to say they're worth the little bit of money you pay for them? Sure. And like I said, again, standard shipping at checkout, they came ahead of schedule. Everything I've bought from this guy, Marmot here on Amazon, has come at least 2 days ahead of time. So there you have it. That's all I got for today. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Have fun.